Tick tock, tick tock. Here we go, getting ready to do Friday. Quiet on the set, boys and girls. Getting ready to go live.
You're listening to WRFB, Radio Free Britannia. In no other better frickin' place in the world than Deltona, Florida. Here you are, lunch, with no other than the dynamic duo, Laz and Jack.
And this is Jack. Welcome to another edition of Lunch with Laz and Jack, where Laz's audio cuts out right in the middle of things. And this is where we interpret the news so you don't have to. I just randomly have to guess when you stop talking at times. Your audio cut out like right in the middle of your stuff. It's a Discord issue with your open mic for some odd reason. I'm alive. I'm alive, and I posted a funny picture of something from Google Maps earlier. That's just so that is the address of the person that made an offer on my house. So that is a picture of their house, according to Google Maps, and it has a police officer at the door. It's like, Jesus. Yeah, so yeah. Now, whether or not they were the owners of said property or their police were there for them or whatever is irrelevant. It's just funny. That would probably be on the radio, so oh, sorry, that's on Twitch that Juby says that.
You should upgrade to Windows 10, I guess.
he should upgrade to Windows 98. Okay.
There you go. There you go. ME for the win.
Oh, I know
Okay,
what he's saying.
yeah, I hear you on the radio. So,
What'd he say?
Yeah, right before we
Yeah.
started, I was taking a couple hits off of my vape, and I muted my mic on stream. That's fine, so it didn't go.
oh, even better, So Laz muted himself. Now, if
Welcome
only
back,
he would
everybody.
be-
For those of you who missed it,
Stuff
let's
on the radio.
recap. It's Friday. Laz is having technical difficulties. That's all you need to know.
It's a day with the word day in it. Laz is having.
That's
technical
right.
difficulties.
That's right.
Yeah. It's all good. It's all
Right,
good. I mean,
reminded yourself, because if everything goes well, we're gonna have a sponsor. So we're gonna just be vaping all the time on screen anyway. So
yeah, just a normal day in NBNN, as Jillian says. Yes.
yeah, just another day. Alrighty, so
Hey,
Friday, we got
we 39 days to launch.
39 days and counting. Tick tock, tick tock.
Yeah.
And can't wait for that. Can't wait for that big party. It's gonna be all sorts of fun, and I mean, I'm getting people now going, "Hey, how do I get an invite to that party?" And I go, "Well, that time's come and gone. There's a wait list now."
You would have had to have filled out the form for the request that they had, which was what's that damned form called?
Party request form.
What? Well, yeah, but what website is it on? Yeah, what website is that on?
I thought it was right on the forums and right on the front page originally. But again,
no, I mean that's where the location was, but it redirected to one of those SurveyMonkey websites.
Oh.
So it sent you to SurveyMonkey to fill out the request for joining their launch party, which is going to be on Pi Day.
Pi Day. Boy, we got Pi Day and St. Patty's Day all in the same week. That's cool.
I don't care about St. Patty's Day.
What, corned beef and cabbage? Come on now.
I'll take the beer, and that's about it. I prefer it not to be green.
Yeah, no. Whiskey and food.
Nope.
Gotta enjoy the good stuff. But yes, 39 days to launch.
Hit that key.
Hit it. Hit
Your
it.
stream has that quest thing up.
Yeah.
Has that quest thing up.
Yeah. It's called Move My Mouse on different streams, and then it just randomly moves the mouse on the stream. I don't know where.
He has no clue.
Yeah, so my mouse is actually on my second monitor, but it's like doing stuff on the stream, which is always interesting. So I mean, we still have
Windows
other
10.
Yeah, it is Windows. We're gonna downgrade to Windows 3.1.
Gonna downgrade to
not even the extra special 3.11 Windows for work groups. I mean,
whoa, come on. 111 is the best.
Nope.
I love trying to do. Yeah.
What about OS2?
Windows for work groups.
See, OS2 is IBM. I can't do IBM. I mean, that's
You guys are work groups, aren't you?
Well, that would imply work.
Oh, okay, never mind. Sorry.
Yeah, so you kind of missed the boat there. So I do have some sad news. There is no stand-up corner from Torta Thursday.
No stand-up corner. That's okay. We've got plenty of other stuff.
No stand-up from Torta Thursday because the other day was Torta Thursday was lockdown day, so that means more than likely everybody's trying to fix bugs, and we also don't have a Chris update. But you know what? Did you play on the QA server at all yesterday?
I did not. I've only been on. I only went on when it first came out earlier this week, just to check on a couple things, see what was in the initial build and all that good stuff. And I always like to see how much they actually get into that first build and what's actually functional.
Oh, yeah. Before they start patching.
Yeah, I love to see all the announcements, and I get excited. I go in and I go, okay, now that's not functioning
Try to find
yet.
something that's not there.
That's not functioning yet. And
now, I did play around with the specializations a little bit yesterday on the QA server, and let's just say I can't specializations in much.
Well, first off, you need to have skills in your trees in order to...
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
I lack the skills in order to do the specializations.
Oh, that hurts.
Other than the sword tree, because Chris, there might be a minor bug where the skill tree or the specialization skill for the blades tree only requires 40 blade mastery, whereas all the others require at least 80.
That's a bug.
The skill that's directly below it. Yeah, so there is a bug there. So
that's definitely a bug.
I don't know. Yeah. So, otherwise, I'm not learning a lot of specializations.
Holy crap!
I'm not learning mastery in anything.
I love when I refresh the forums page, and I've got 173 alerts, which one of them is actually from Darkstar at the very top.
Wait, you've got an alert from Darkstar, or is it just because you follow Darkstar?
No, it's. I'll give you a link. How about that?
Yeah.
Might help just a bit.
I can always go to Dev Tracker and see what's going on.
No, I'm just refreshing my regular alerts, and there was 173 of them. I mean, geez, a lot of bug reporting going on out there.
Yeah.
A lot of posts from Lexi. Lexi's.
And that's the post I was looking at, the first one I clicked on from the Dev Tracker as well. Sweet. So there is an announcement from. Hey, kid, off. Get off there.
Kitty.
Off. You did see her climbing up on my shoulder.
I did not. I'm doing a couple other things over here at the moment.
Unprompted. That is Lily saying, "Hey, I need some love. I need to scoot back a little bit and give her a little bit more room, and then try to get my headphones cable out of her mouth." As she decides she's going to just stretch out on the lap. So we do have that weird thing post from the Darkstar.
The Darkstar.
You ready for it?
I am.
Okay, so greetings, avatars. In order to better serve our customers in Russia and
collusion,
the Baltic territories,
collusion,
we are migrating all of them to Black Sun service, starting with release 51. This will allow them to have access to native Russian speakers for customer service and forums, and it will also give them access to a fully localized store. This change should result in a much better customer experience for our players in those territories. Please note that this does not affect anything to do with gameplay or your current rewards, add-ons, etc. These players will remain on the same servers as all the other players worldwide. This only affects store, customer service, and forum interactions.
Which makes sense.
I knew they were getting their own server.
They're not getting their own server.
That's the joke. People are getting
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
First, they're going to read the first five and a half words, and then they're going to be off posting on the forums going, "I told yous." Yeah.
Yeah. Now, more than likely, that has everything to do with the agreement for the regional sales, and that the Black Sun has the right to sell in those territories, and they are the publisher in those territories. So it's one where it's like, hey, you know what? Anytime someone's coming from one of these IPs, go ahead and redirect to the Black Sun site for this.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know how that's going to affect things like telethons.
Interesting point. I'm going to guess that the telethons will still be, the same. If they're watching the stream, they'll have to go and...
Don't know.
It's a good question.
They'll do hand signals or something. What is that? Hand signing?
Smoke signals? Be sending up smoke signals for everybody?
Hand signing, whatever you call it. I don't know.
They'll be communicating via satellite.
Oh.
Good question.
They'll be doing something.
Interpreter.
Something like that.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, and Lily's shedding like a beast today.
Yeah.
Send us your rubles.
It's
Yeah. Although now she's biting my pinky
nibble.
after she licks it.
Is that what you call that thing?
What do you call yours? It sure as hell isn't the foot long.
Pinky thumbkin. I call mine thumbkin.
Pumpkin? Okay.
Tall man. Here is tall man.
So my pinky is
you guys
longer
are
than my
not
thumb,
right.
so it's just a lot
Not
better.
as fat though.
Moving right along. That's
It's
right.
all about the girth. It's all about the girth there.
I don't know. I love this shit.
All right.
So you were talking about the QA. Speaking of the QA,
Yeah.
what were you
QA
out
server
exploring
is,
on the QA? Do tell.
Me? Well, I was trying to learn new skills. And,
Right. So
I was trying-
so
I
you
was
never
trying to mess
actually
around
really
with the
finished your
specialization.
story on, or was that
No,
it?
so,
I just have no skills, so mastery sucks for me.
Yeah, specialization sucks for me because I have no skills.
Okay.
So then I did spend my very little
That's rough, man. That's rough.
my little XP pool trying to get something up.
What have you been doing for the last 3 years, may I ask?
Well,
I know what you've been doing.
A year and a half.
Been standing here on the lot
Mills.
making pulp. That's right.
Hey, I did run out of reagents to craft teleports and recoil scrolls for myself. On the live server.
Thanks to the Brian Skelton delivery service, I traded in 60,000+ wood scrap for 60,000+ wood pulp yesterday, and that brought my surplus up almost over another 100,000. So,
Well,
if you need some, I can sell you. I can sell you some real cheap. Partner discount prices, of course.
Yeah, not gonna happen. I have to build my pool on my alt that just turns around and has 101 milling.
Yeah, I never saw it.
Now, why have an alt with 101 milling is beyond me.
I haven't done any milling since I think I first started playing with it, and ever since I've got the delivery service, I don't think I've milled a single piece of scrap in the pulp in months. And if I have, I was doing it just because I was bored. But
yeah, I need to really start crafting because I need to farm as well a little bit because you know what, it's my reagent delivery guy, he's been failing me lately. He hasn't delivered reagents lately, so either that or I'm gonna have to start subcontracting with Mom and say, hey Mom, I love you.
I might let Mom take some of my rations because again, I've got years worth.
You've got a stock. I don't have anything. Yeah.
That's right. Gotta gear up. Getting ready for that big launch. And I tell you what, sales have been good all over the place. I keep wanting to move stuff, and every time I go to want to move a vendor, they start making sales, and I'm like, okay, well, we'll stick it out a little bit more. So I guess the multiple vendor thing works, but.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the more vendors you have, the more availability, and it's because shopping really is a matter of convenience.
Matter of the odds. That's right. The more vendors you have out there, the chances that somebody's going to buy it from you goes up.
Yep.
But yes, let's talk about a couple things coming in. I've got the list in front of me. You got the not yet ready for release notes list up in front of you.
The draft. Yeah, I have that. Why wouldn't I?
Oh, I don't know.
I
have no clue where. I have no clue where we were originally when we started reading.
Well, we haven't read any of this.
Oh, that's why I have no clue.
So that's why you have no clue where we're at, because we have not read.
I thought we started in on this the other day when it came in.
No. We still have release 50 postmortem questions.
Oh, which would you prefer to do?
The other day. I don't know. I got both of them up somewhere. Questions there.
Well, I'll tell you what. Since I don't have the questions up.
Oh, do you need a link for the questions?
Or you can go with the other one, either way, because I have that.
So some point in the near future, aka next week, we might see an update that includes things like the continuation of adding side quests and polish to the paths of truth, love, and courage. Also, they're going to add and update maps for the in-game map system. Additionally, they will continue doing polish work focused specifically on the starting scenes for that first-time user experience. Finally, they will be done on the Lost Vale, a new mini-adventure centered around a lost valley previously hidden to players, now visible only during special astronomical alignments.
Special.
Yes. And in order to make things a little bit manageable for the actual quest, there will now be, spoiler alert, the Hilt single-player versions. Players who are on the path of the Oracle and need to access the Obsidian Forge and Hilt now may now enter a special solo player variant of Hilt Fortress.
Was that me?
Due to heavy use.
Was that me? Did I overload that?
Did you overload what? What'd you do?
I don't know what you're
Continue reading.
Huh?
Continue reading.
Due to heavy use, the Obsidian Forge is overloaded and has been damaged.
Oops, was that me? Did I overload that? Yeah, okay. Does that make sense now?
Yeah. That makes sense now.
The Oracle got a big load, is what you said?
No. So what they're doing is they're creating a special single-player only version that has the Obsidian Forge, but the only thing it will do is repair the lens. While the Obsidians attempt to bring it back to full capacity, it may be possible to more easily accomplish a certain task, i.e. assembling a lens. The solo player variant of Hilt can only be accessed by players who are not in a group and on the correct stage of the path of the Oracle. In this version, the Obsidian Forge will have a very small subset of its normal functionality. Players who desire more of a challenge may still use the original version. To access it while on the path of the Oracle quest stage, they will need to be in a party. And as I said initially when they first announced that they are going to move it to Hilt Fortress, bad idea. Bad idea.
That's a spoiler, isn't it?
Well, it is a spoiler.
It is.
But this is something that happened a couple of months ago when they moved the
whole quest line to have to go down to the bottom of Hilt, which wasn't an initial part of the quest line. And of course, I think it was, my thoughts was it was one of them things to try and push players to play together, and players went, fuck you, I just want to do the damn quest. How do I do it? And now they're forced to make a single player instance because it's not going the way they expected it to go. My thought.
And it's impossible to do as a single player.
Yeah, I mean, getting down there, well, I don't know if it's impossible, but you have to really be up there to clear out all those fire elementals and get to that forge.
Well, you have to do that, then you have to activate the forge while you're causing being damaged, and the fire elementals are spawning and attacking you, preventing you from doing things.
Good point.
Yeah, so it was impossible to do in single player, but it's one where, you know what, I mean, putting that there is a bad idea. It just really is.
Bad.
Because, yeah, bad idea. Could always add a different chamber that turns around and has a special table that they can assemble the lens on.
There's all sorts of other great, interesting stuff
ways to do it. Yeah.
sitting out in that scene. There's all sorts of different doorways, entranceways. You can make a hidden room in one of them columns there down at the base that has, goes down to someplace else. You can do all sorts of things out there in that scene, but how to go to the forge.
Have to go to the forge and make things impossible for everybody. So out in the Lost Vale, that's that new adventure area originally promised during
the Lost
Kickstarter.
Vale. It'll be found once you get there.
And then you'll forget where it's at.
That's right. Then you'll forget what it is.
Some of the whispered ramblings of those who have returned from the place. They prattle on about memories of the past come to life in waves of enemies that won't stop. This scene is not to be confused with the Hidden Vale. No clue on when it's going to be available or even where it's accessible from. No idea.
I know people are talking about it, and again, I haven't taken the time to go in and play and do all that good stuff yet.
I'd probably need an extra special GM to set a special alignment of some sort. Yeah. Then we also have several scene rebuilds out in South Midmere Way in the South Fetid Swamp. South Midmere Way is a 2-skull area. The Fetid Swamp is a 3-skull area. You ready for the side quests?
Side quests? Spoiler alert!
Because the names are actually kind of entertaining.
Spoiler
the crafting
alert!
Quests out in Soultown, Airy, and Resolute now offer updated starting crafting quests to teach players how to use the basics of crafting system. Yeah. And then Witch of the Wetlands.
Which? Who?
Because you know what? There's a hollow log home out in South Longfall Wetlands where the witch lives, and she will make your lands very wet.
She's not going to bake us into a pie, is she?
And if you want to be able to craft a log home, she is the only one that knows how to provide those instructions.
Very, very interesting. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, I like that too, but how does that... Can you repeat that quest multiple times?
Why would you?
And, well, so that way you can sell the recipe, man. Duh.
Well, I'm guessing it's like an emote, you know. Once she teaches it to you, boom, it goes into your book. I wasn't thinking of it that way, so.
Yeah. And and Lum the Mad, if you're in the Austin area, we'll be doing an interview tonight on the 6 p.m. news and on KXAN.
Really?
Yes, he's doing an interview.
Grumpiest man in Austin?
Well, it's related to him receiving a toll bill.
I've been following this. The $0 toll bill. I like that one. Yes.
Then a $1 administrative fee and then a $15 late charge. So he received a toll bill for $16 on a bill of 0. Yes. Because
it was late. Because he failed to pay nothing, he was penalized and administratively fined. I love this. I love this. Yeah.
It is the Texas Toll Authority at its finest.
Well, that's what happens when you take pictures of license plates and assume that you know what you're doing out there.
Well, yeah, they have no fucking clue.
Yeah.
Then there is the Led Zepp quest called "Keep Your Pants On."
Keep your pants on.
What the hell do you want to do that for?
It starts in the town of Harvest. Knight Commander Torben takes very seriously this training.
Keep your pants on.
And help him hunt down an inspirational book written by a long dead general, and you might also find the plate leggings of courage in a place you never knew existed, called the closet.
That's right. But in order to keep your pants on,
you have to go into the closet, and other times you have to come out of the closet. It's all up to you, Led Zepp. Or
in order to keep those pants on, that's right.
You need to put them on one leg at a time, which is learned by Simone in Ardoris, who recently lost her daughter, a victim of a black arrow shot by a murderer. Now, I wonder if that black arrow is a reference to a certain song by Manowar.
You never know. Never know.
No idea. In her grief, she misplaced her daughter's favorite book. It's up to you to recover that book and gain the leather leggings of love. Don't forget that those are the finest assless chaps in the game.
Now, what if you're a liar, Jack? Liar, liar.
Liar, pants on fire.
Then your pants are on fire, and you might have a reason to take them off. And that's from Thibodeau out in Janiford. She's looking to build up her reliquarium.
Reliquarium?
And the pre-cataclysm relic is just the thing to do it.
Is a reliquarium anything like the Bobservatory?
To find the perfect item for her display, and you might earn your own reward, the cloth leggings of truth.
You can't handle the truth.
No, you can't, especially if it's going to be encased in cloth. It's not going to provide any...
He kind of says there's a murderer killing the children with black arrows.
Yes, that is in Ardoris. That's a quest that's been there for a while. Yes. But you know what? Doing this quest out is kind of broken. Yeah. And the Lord Must Fall, which is another new quest. That is... The Drumplemouths are at it again.
A what?
I don't know what a Drumplemouth is.
Drumplemouth.
They're out in the area with Natasha and Marlon. They're distraught that their livelihoods and a large amount of their financial assets have been taken by Lord Harcourt of Drumplemouth. Drumplemouth. The wealthy uncle of Phineas Drumplemouth. They claim the only way to get their assets back is to assassinate him and retrieve his vault key, but it's really as simple as that. Or is there more to this story? It's up to you to find the truth, or kill them all.
Uncle Penis Drumplemouth. Uncle Penis? How do you say that?
Phineas.
Maybe at the end of it, you've got a Drumplemouth.
Uncle Penis
Once you're done servicing the Lord.
I don't know. Penis?
I love this shit, I tell you. Too much. Too much.
Did you finally realize what I said? Maybe.
You get that polish out.
That scene polish out in Serpent Spine Mines. Xenos and UNPCs were updated. Highvale Outskirts, they added another quest for upgrades to the starting gear. Solace Bridge Outskirts received some touches.
Quests and more
especially
quests.
From the Mistress Valdis subplot, including the new creature, the Blood Minion. Out in Brittany Castle, there's still something hidden there. Don't know what. It may involve playing a certain song. Yennefer also has all NPCs, has schedules, behaviors, and emotes. Scenery bordering in the Rift. Scenes bordering the Rift volcano. They've added clouds and lightning over the volcano that is at the top of the rift and is visible in the distance in various scenes. So they touched up those. And that includes the overall map, Nightshade Pass, and Black Blade Mountains north.
Now this one's gonna mess with a bunch of people, I'm sure.
What the removing the under construction signs from all the scenes in the game?
That's right. I bet you that's gonna confuse a bunch of folks. Oh, what do you mean? They ain't finished. They promised they were gonna do this. What do you mean it's not under construction anymore?
Yeah, you know what? Scenes.
I'm waiting for it. Are
still clones or have NPCs that still need polish. Still have under construction text that will appear briefly on the screen
and fade.
Text Brookside, and fade. They replaced the cobbled together placeholder headless horseman statue with a much more finished and polished piece. The malice barrier puzzles. The second barrier should now be present by default and correctly removed when speaking to Samuel in front of it. So they're fixing some bugs all related to the path of love.
Still.
Yep, lots of a few scene fixes, not as many as last release. Some map fixes, performance. We have terrain performance. More work was done to improve terrain performance in scenes that were having performance issues due to graphics. The build time asset caching has been worked on. Previously, a number of object types were doing a significant amount of work at load time. This work was moved to be a build time process. This will be most obvious in how fast buildings stream in after a city load.
City load.
Yeah. Central Brittany was finally touched up for some more optimization. Maybe the fourth time's the charm. Maybe.
Maybe, baby.
Yep. Well, Injured, we kind of miss it as well because you know what? We're laying in bed doing a whole lot of nothing on the weekends.
That's right.
Why?
I don't know. Why are you missing it? You can watch us in replays around the clock, and you can enjoy us 24 hours a day.
Over again. Yeah.
You can go out to YouTube and watch your favorite episodes and just listen to our lovely voices over and over again.
Yeah. Or you could be like Lily and just lay on ground on top of a pile of papers that I have.
Or if you really want to get creative, you can open your doors wide open to Jack because, you know, he's always wandering around looking for a place to land. He'll come in here.
Legs up in the air.
Yeah. Killing me, man.
I know.
Yeah.
It was there. What could I say?
It's only because I love you.
Ooh, and right along.
I'm gonna have to drive down to Florida sometime in April and like weird things to you.
Hey, dude. Once you're free to travel, you're more than welcome to come hang out for a week or so. You know, kick back, relax, come on. Yeah.
Don't forget the rubber cock.
No, it's in the car, man.
It's on the floorboard, man.
Right? You got batteries and everything.
It doesn't need batteries.
It doesn't need batteries.
Self-powered.
Manual stretching.
That's right. Manuel powered. That's right.
Yeah. Okay, so we also have some minor changes to combat.
Minor changes. Do we have time to cover all that right now, or do we?
What?
Yeah, I guess we do.
That minor change to combat. Minor. I've highlighted the section that's the minor changes to combat.
5 pages long.
Yeah. So more balances passes will be made through combat. Additionally, Kabbalists will get some behavior improvements, so that fights will make them more interesting. Also, Chaos Magic will finally get more spells. And finally, they are making the Obsidian Training Accelerator Potion that temporarily increases how fast your skills use experience out of your pool to advance. And note that a replenishing box of those will be a replacement for the 2 weeks Head Starts reward. And if you have a pledge, this is not the bundles. This is only for the original backers. I don't even know if the benefactors get this benefit. But the 2 week
what does it say there?
Will be a dozen potions that refresh once a year. So, yeah, I know it's Founder and Royal Founder accounts. So, at least. But skill specialization, as I said beforehand, the long-awaited specialization system is finally going live. In past discussions, this was called Mastery, but he finally realized, man, that's Mastery, Grandmaster, Mastery, would be awesome.
And then
we'll find each and every adventurer skill tree has one specialization skill.
Like your mastery.
That is located towards the bottom of the passives in the skill tree and require the player to be very accomplished. A minimum of 80 in the parent tree, in parent skill.
At one point, he was calling it proficiency again, too. Shh, I know.
Is it 80 for everything? What was this?
Well, okay, so remember I said there's currently a bug on the QA server where if you go ahead and hit K, bring up blades, because it's really easy to look at. You have Blade Mastery at the bottom right currently. Right underneath it, that is where the specialization skill is going to be. If you go to Ranged, it would be underneath. It was actually underneath range. So you need 80 range in ranged combat in order to unlock the specialization.
So you need in Blade. You need what?
Range.
So in Blades,
master range.
You need 80 in mastery.
You need Blade Mastery. You need 40 Blade Mastery because he messed that one up. It should be 80 Blade Mastery in order to lock the Blade Specialization, which will be underneath Blade Mastery. So
I'm gonna have to work on that.
Blade Mastery.
That's Blade Mastery
there is a skill
for
called
you.
Blade Mastery. Yeah.
Are you the master of your domain? Let's have.
No, you are not.
I'm out.
Yeah. Yeah. So, while players can learn all specialization skills at any given time, they can only have at most one set to training and a second set to maintain. All other specializations will be set to unlearn and slowly decrease.
All?
So
all.
Yeah, one will be maintained, one will be learn.
Maintain.
No, one will be maintained
So
and learned. Everything else will be turned off.
Specialization in 2 trees. Now, I mean, that means you could do 2 combats, 2 magic schools, as long as they're not opposing. Yeah, I think that should be increased to at least 4 schools.
Why don't you just give us a 720 skill cap and be done with this?
Really, get it over with.
Yeah.
Jesus.
It's nitpicking us to death over here, I tell you.
Yeah, well, these skills are going to be immensely expensive to learn and should not be taken lightly, as they are intended for accomplished players, only as a way to help concentrate on a couple of skill trees. The benefits of raising specialization are extra glyphs.
So people are already screaming about.
1 extra glyph for every skill in the tree. That will bring skilled players to 6 glyphs to expand deck building. Although most of the players that I know that have tons and tons of I should say tons and tons of skill in a variety of trees, they don't go with massive decks. They go with the minimalist deck. So I don't know how that would be beneficial. Then attunement for magic trees, every 10 skills, 10 levels will give +2 attunement to that magic tree and -2 attunement to the opposing magic tree. Chaos magic gains attunement but loses 1 point of magic resistance in all other schools per 50 points. That doesn't
like that.
Shroud math, man. Shroud math.
Shroud math.
I don't like it.
It hurts my head, I tell you what.
If Led Zepp really wanted to be specialized in his sheep, he would have to. The specialization in taming will drastically increase the power of your pet. The amount of benefit will vary, but many pet owners could see their pet double in health and damage output.
Husbandry.
Needs well.
So,
I think you're taking those 2 words out of context there, Step.
The sheep might live.
Husbandry
and mastery.
Yeah, specialization. Yeah.
What would you call it? What are they going to call it? They call it something. There's going to be extra glyphs there, man. You got to name it something.
It's not marrying your sheep. You've got it all wrong.
Wow. Tell me, it's a little
breeding your sheep.
Hey, you know what skill specialization benefits? So if you have unlocked that specialization, some or the majority of all skills and spells gain some extra benefits or boosts in potency.
Yeah. I know there's going to be a lot of pissed off people on this one, probably.
Oh, because it's like, in order to actually be effective, I now have to be specialized in whatever.
Well, no, because at least one of these, and I'm going to jump. Well, go ahead. I'll wait till you get to it.
And it is a little bit OP.
At least one of these was on the 100% unlearn list several months ago because he changed something, and now it's got a buff added to it after people just dropped it. Oh, that's going to suck for those people.
You know what? Everything's on the 100% unlearn list right now.
Right now, but
so
what I'm saying was it was on the list, so I'm sure a lot of people dumped it thinking it's going to be useless, and now here it is. Yeah. I almost dumped it.
Sucks to be them.
That's right.
I don't know people really dump this stuff. Yeah. So Air's Embrace is going to gain a small melee ranged critical hit bonus. Berserk is going to have the duration increased and decrease the damage avoidance penalty. Damage avoidance penalty reduced by 50% at a specialization of 80. Healing Blast. The casting time is going to be reduced. At 80 specialization, casting and charging time are reduced by half. I mean,
specialization? Is that masterization?
Yeah, I really don't know people using Healing Blast that frequently. Of course, I don't argue with people.
Yeah, well, even then.
Yeah. Is going to get an extra dex debuff. At 80 specialization, it debuffs the target's dex by 10 points.
Why are they calling it specialization now? Which one is it?
Offhand attack is going to have a 10-second parry bonus. At 80 specialization, that is a plus 10 parry chance. And then there's 125 additional bonus effects. So he essentially added something to every single skill.
Just a little bit of changes for you out there, folks. Just a wee bit of changes.
Just a wee bit.
Just a wee bit. That's right. And with that, we're going to go ahead and wrap up on this for right now because we've got, well, it's the weekend roundup coming up here. And, of course, we got all sorts of stuff we got to tell you about out here.
Absolutely nothing.
Nothing going on out there. But before we do that, we got to remind you about the NBNN Shroud Avatar app, available in the Google Play Store, the Apple iTunes Store, or the Amazon App Store for all your electronic devices out there. If you want to take us on the go while you go or anywhere you go, get the NBNN Shroud Avatar app, and you too can take Shroud Avatar with you. You can read the NBNN Daily Britannian published 7 days a week. You can hang out in the forums. You can look at Soda Map. You can look at YouTube videos, help videos. You can go shopping. Lots and lots of other stuff available to do. But, of course, some of the most important stuff is on the calendar. The NBNN Shroud Avatar Community Calendar, hosted on nbnn.info. Brought to you today by Garmin.
Yeah, that's right. That NBNN Community Calendar is an aggregate of all of the available community calendars that Laz knows about. And if you have one or a Google public calendar related to Shroud of the Avatar, or if you want to add events to the Shroud community calendar, you need to email that guy, news@nbnn.info, and eventually he'll do something with it. And
that's right.
You know what? I might read out your event because I know about it.
Maybe.
Yes, all times on the community calendar, Central Time in the real world, but we prefer to refer to it as Nude Britannia time.
That's right. As we
Monday
like to be
through Friday,
nude.
12s and 6s around the clock. You can always tune in your ether amplifiers to Radio Free Britannia and listen to two idiots interpreting the news, so you don't have to.
The original
a little show called Lunch.
Idiots.
Yeah, we've been idiots for a very long time.
Right.
7 p.m. you can always message Kaizen Phoenix Fire or Malahari in-game and learn about the Phoenix Republic PvE nights if they're online. Otherwise, you can always go to the non-PvP town of Vengeance and join in on an open PvP event known as Vengeance Madness in non-PvP town. At 7 p.m. on Radio Free Britannia is the 70s at 7.
Yeah.
At 8 o'clock, at 8 and 10 on Avatar's Radio, one or both, is DJ Aline doing the Beat of Novia.
Beat it.
At 9 p.m. there's going to be an extra special event. It's a sleepover, in-game sleepover at the Pack Slayer campgrounds, taking place in
Pack Slayer?
You know, stories will be broadcast on Avatar's Radio via DJ Aline Dragonfire, and prizes will consist of merits emotes and obsidian potions, and please come appropriately dressed or undressed in game for prizes and
I
story.
can't do that. I sleep in the nude.
I sleep in the nude too, so yeah. Then the final event for Friday is on Radio Free Britannia, and that is the Record Room. That takes us to Saturday, which starts off really early, 1 a.m. with DJ Omen Crow doing the House of Omen on Radio Free Britannia. Followed by, at 6 a.m.
Wake up!
Wake Up! New Britannia with Wolfdom and Justin. Taking place between 6 and 8 on your Ether amplifiers. At 10 a.m. is the Pack Slayer General Meeting, taking place on their Discord.
It's not the lieutenant
At 4
meeting,
o'clock.
it's the general meeting.
It's the AM morning edition of their meeting. Hold on for just a second.
Okay.
I don't know.
Eh,
Cat's got his tongue. Literally.
no, cat did not have. Yeah, it's a little tickle in the back of my throat.
Some lotion.
I don't know if I need the lotion for that one, but I did hawk up some phlegm a few minutes ago. 4 o'clock on Avatar's Radio, it's the Power Hour with Mick Foley. At 4 p.m. on in-game is the EVL Virtue League PvP tournament out in the town of Virtual Isle, embedded inside of Virtue Oasis. 6 p.m. on Avatar's Radio is DJ Bear Cub, who's going to be dancing. 7 p.m. in-game, you have Orders Auction taking place in the town of Ordinis Mortis off of Violations Town Lot. At 8 p.m. on Avatar's Radio, Sleepius and Lord Baldrith are going to be doing Echoes from the Cavern. At 8:30 is the Pack Slayer Evening Edition of their meeting. At 10 p.m. is the Noma promo.
Noma!
That's right. It is the Asian edition taking place out in the town of Novian Market in Promo Alley. And the crafters in Promo Alley seek your request for custom furniture, weapons, and armor. Woohoo! All kinds of stuff. At 10 o'clock on Avatar's Radio is DJ Brazen Spirituality, who's going to be doing some dancing.
Dancing.
So you can go dancing with Brazen. You ready for Sunday?
Sunday.
At the Fairpark Coliseum.
No.
We end up with all kinds of fun stuff, starting at 1 a.m. with the Noma promo taking place out in Novian Market. On your Ether amplifiers, it is going to be Omen Crow doing the House of Omen with
House
DJ
of
Omen
Omen
Crow.
one more time.
At 4 a.m., Royal Sexy is back on Avatar's Radio with Dance and Dance Dance. They've got a lot of dancing going on over at Avatar's Radio.
They like to dance. I don't know what else they like to do,
yeah.
but a lot of dance parties
like-
going on.
Well, lots of. I don't know if those are dance parties.
Hey, man,
Just
I
lots
get
of-
invited to dance parties probably every other night of the week by somebody doing some kind of hosted dance party somewhere in the world.
I get invited to a lot of things,
Yeah.
but they're not dance parties. Yeah. Yeah, 6 a.m. is the No More Promo European Edition. At 9 a.m. on Avatar's Radio, DJ Striker Sparhawk's going to be lost in the spaces with an eclectic flow of tunes. At noon is the Noma promo America's edition.
America.
Go down to the town of Novia Market for the America edition of the Noma promo. At 12:30 in the town of New Britannian Market, you do need to go to the museum so that way you can enjoy astronomy night and look at the stars.
Shiny.
Right? And the final.
Ooh,
shiny. The final event of the weekend is over in the town of Barron's Reach, and that is the Bear Tavern Pub Crawl, because all great adventures begin in a pub somewhere.
That's right.
And that's our weekend calendar in Shroud of the Avatar.
And if you want to check it out, you should go check out the Bear Tavern Discord. Those guys got all sorts of stuff going on over there.
Oh, yeah, they got some stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Indeed. And, of course, that's your weekend roundup right here inside Shroud of the Avatar. And don't forget that you're watching Lunch with us right here on NBNN.info, twitch.tv/Cinesist, or twitch.tv/NBNN News. You're watching in replays or listening on WRFB. Thank you for your support. If you want to become a supporter, click on the donate buttons on the website, on the streams, or go to patreon.com/NBNN and become a monthly supporter. All your donations go to help keep us running this show and keep entertaining you with news from here inside Shroud of the Avatar. Of course, the Airy Fund is going to be getting together this weekend with the boys and girls Portalarium and the Merits app. Don't forget, you can win those, claim those potions and the fitness emotes in the Merits app, and you can still get out there and help raise some money for the Children's Miracle Hospital Network. I know I messed that one up. But of course, get on out and do something for a cause. Gamers helping gamers with the Airy Fund. airyfund.org. Coilmore Wands, putting the magic in your hands. Looking for a custom wand or stave? Hit up Arius Coilmore. Looking for custom music service? Schroeder's Music Service is the place to go. Looking for all the material needs you need for crafting? Go see the BMC. Visit them over at Black Rock Cove, located in the Quell region next to the town of Exeter. And they've got all the stuff you need at solid prices across the board. RelicsByRill.com for all your licensed Shroud of the Avatar swag. You want to save a couple bucks? Mention us. Use the promo code NBNN when you check out, and you'll save 10%. RelicsByRill.com. WRFB, Radio Free Britannia, bringing you the latest in news and entertainment right here inside Shroud of the Avatar. Stay tuned for the latest updates right here on Lunch with Laz and Jack. And, of course, last but not least, we got a couple minutes for the Shroud Marketplace, shroudmarketplace.com, for all your virtual vendable needs here inside Shroud of the Avatar. Jack's going to tell you all about it.
You know what? Shroud Marketplace is the best place to go buy or sell anything Shroud of the Avatar related. From accounts to Game Gold, Crowns of the Obsidian, all the way to services, anything and everything. It's so awesome because you know what, Shroud Marketplace? Over 95 registered vendors. Each vendor is responsible for setting their own prices and maintaining their own inventory. And you can find all kinds of stuff. I mean, you look at the fact that someone just added 25 obsidian wolf carcasses.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it's like, you gotta love this stuff.
Obsidian wolf carcasses, yeah, nice one.
Yeah, it's like anything and everything. I mean, teleports and recall scrolls from those two extra special guys.
The Dragon Bane Throne, I love it.
I love the Dragon Throne here as well. Anything,
yep.
Anything and everything game related can be bought or sold on Shroud Marketplace.
$350 and it's yours.
I think I just picked up 3 this morning.
Hey, it's all good. It's all good.
It'll cost you. It'll cost you half that in fees.
Yeah. Anything and everything on Shroud Marketplace. If you're interested in selling your stuff, you can always register for an account, then click on vendor registration, start adding your stuff, and it can be anything and everything, just like the finest services you can offer
That's
and you
right.
look at some of the existing services. You've got Mouse Power Hour. You've got Armelians, Adventure Boost. You've got some cheese side and writing from Wolfdom Shop. You've got some Scrotus Music Servicing, which $5 gets you
Anything you want.
Yeah, that's right. Or if you're looking for an in-game wedding, you can find some guy offering those as well.
Right. This guy, Weddings and More by Laz. Not just weddings, but a whole lot more. If you're looking to get hitched, I've got everything you need. From the venue to custom vows. You need a wedding dress? I've got it. Need tuxedos? I've got them. You need the extra vial of blood for that bloodletting wedding? We'll figure it out. We'll get it for you. But meanwhile, yes, we sell all sorts of stuff out in Shroud Marketplace. I've got all sorts of telethon rewards. I've got property. I've got rentals. You name it. We got a little everything out there. Weddings and More by Laz. Not just weddings, but a whole lot more. And of course, it is Friday. It is the weekend time to go get our game on, or as Jack would say, go get his nap on.
No, today it's something else. I've got to go back to my house and do other things.
Ah, you actually got to do stuff.
I'm hoping the guy doesn't back out.
Yeah. All right.
So,
but we're gonna wrap it up for today. Thank you guys for everything you do for us. Thanks for your support. Thanks for listening, and thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for joining us, and we love you guys. And of course, we'll be back with more right here on Monday. But till then, I'm Laz.
I'm Jack.
And we are NBNN. Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you all on Monday.
Bye, Eagle. Bye, Drager, Hugger, Hector.
Bye, everybody.
We're all
gonna die.